everyone, and welcome to today's card video. My name is Stacey Marsh. I'm an independent demonstrator here in the UK. If you're watching for the first time, a very warm welcome to you. You can find out more about my channel in the blurb below, but if you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe and you'll receive future notifications from me for videos and tutorials. For today's card, I've used something brand new and something even more new. I've used the Boughs and Blossoms bundle here for our flowers and our leaves, and I've used some of the new papers that came out in February that are available on my online store, and it's from the All Together suite. These papers may not be around for long, so make sure you grab them while they are here. Okay, so looking at today's card, I have used a card base that's cut from Magenta Madness. This is one of the in colours that will be disappearing at the end of April when we get our new annual catalogue. So if you love this colour, be sure to stock up on it. I've got here 2 pieces of designer series paper from the All Together collection. I've gone for one that is, well, these are black and white backed papers, so they're great for adding colour to, they're great for colouring, especially this one here, or they can be used for just creating backgrounds. Now this is where it's quite tricky, which one do I use? I'm a big fan of this dot and this stripe, so I'm going to go ahead and just trim both of those pieces down. So these pieces are 3 inches in width, or 7.5 centimetres, and I'm going to cut that down to 10 centimetres wide, or 4 inches. It's entirely your choice which one you use. I would just use the same measurement for whichever way you decide to use them. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these pieces down. I love this dotty one. We don't often have big dots like that. And there's definitely a statement piece of paper. Okay, so I've stuck one down, and then I'm going to stick the next one down. It doesn't matter which order you stick them down. We're going to stick something across the middle so you won't see that line, that join. Okay, so there's our second piece. I have here a label, a white label that has been cut from the Scalloped Contours dies. This is a really nice scallop die with some stitching in it. Camera won't focus on it, unfortunately. There it is, it's focused now. Really handy, these dies, and I'm going to stick this down to the front of my card with some dimensional pads. Okay, like so. The next thing I have is this little die here. Now this comes from the All Together suite, and the words, I believe it's they say here for you, and I can't think of what the other one is, but they're really nice dies. I love word dies, they're really handy for using. And there we have it, just take those pieces out of the way, and I'm going to stick this straight down onto my card with just dots of my wet glue, and I'm adding the dots to the piece of the die that is just a little bit wider than others. Okay, and then carefully I'm going to lay that on my card or on my label so that it's in the centre. Whilst that's drying, I'm just going to pop an ink pad on it so that it just sticks down quite nicely. The next thing I want to do is I want to create my little flowers, and I'm going to do that with a Magenta Madness ink pad. So the ink pad matches the colour of the card that I have used, and I've just got some scraps of white here that I'm going to stamp this down onto. Okay, now that one doesn't look great, that one looks better. My ink stamp couldn't have been completely clean. Now, sadly, there isn't a punch to cut out these flowers, so you're going to need to use your snips. The punch in this bundle, the Boughs and Blossoms bundle, will actually give you some add-ons to this set rather than cutting the images out. But it's a really versatile punch, great for adding layers to your projects, and one of those ones that's just a good one to have in your kit. So I'm just leaving a little white border. We call this a silhouette style stamp because it's very flat, and if you stamp it in black, obviously it creates a nice silhouette style image. And then the second one I'm going to trim round as well. So just being nice and patient with my snips. I think I'm really going to miss this colour. I use it a lot, but I'm also really excited to see what new in colours are heading our way. I'd like to see some sort of neutral style tones of colours. Things like a nice soft creamy beige colour, maybe an emerald type green. We'll see. Okay, so I can now bring my card back in, and that's stuck down nicely. So I can then layer my flowers on like so. I love the contrast of the blue with this card. So there's our two little flowers, and then I have here two pieces that I have I've punched out with the punch, and I'm going to stick these in just underneath. So my wet glue isn't quite dry yet, so I can just stick that in like so, and push it in until you feel that it's got a bit of restriction there, and then hold it into place. Now on this card, you'll notice I've done some little dots around parts of my words. I'll leave this one without it so you can see the difference, but I've created those dots with just a fine liner pen and just gone around a few of the edges of some of the letters. The last thing we need to do on here is stick our piece inside, and I'm going to leave this blank as well because this is the sort of card that you would write sort of a more detailed message in, and if you're like me, my writing is really quite big, so I need all the space that I can get. And there we have it. That is our finished card design for today. I hope you like it. Feel free to leave me a comment below, and if you like what you see, hit subscribe and you will find future tutorials and videos from me popping up in your notifications. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Speak to you all very, very soon. Bye for now.